Okay, hopefully my mic is working because it never does. Um, I'm vlogging and I'm sitting in my bonus room, which is why the walls aren't purple, because I don't want to wake my family up, which is why I'm talking really quiet. I don't know. I feel really weird in a good way, and so I thought I'd talk. Um, Today is my last day of high school ever. I graduate on Saturday, and I'm gonna miss a lot of people, but today just put me in a really good mood. I feel really happy. And then I went downtown all afternoon with a friend of mine who goes to a school across town who I never get to see. And we had an interesting experience. Okay, so we were walking through this alleyway that leads to the park, and there was a guy playing guitar and a guy playing banjo. And if you know me, you know how I am about the banjo. And he was really tall, and he was dressed really nicely, and so we walked past and we heard them singing, like, oh my gosh, I want to be their friend. And so we walked past and went to the park because we're wusses and don't know how to talk to people. And then we came back from the park because it was cold and went to Starbucks. And then while we were in Starbucks, we're like, we have to find a way to talk to them. Like, we have to. And so my friend who I'm with is brilliant. And she writes on her receipt, hey, we just met you. And this is crazy, but here's our numbers, so call us. You guys, we used Call Me Maybe in real life. And then we dropped the piece of paper and some change in his guitar case. Oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed. And this is the weirdest thing I've ever done. No, it's not true. It's a really weird thing though. And the biggest shocker was that the banjo player called me, and we put on the piece of paper, like, so that they could tell who was who. We put an arrow toward my number that said tall blonde and an arrow toward her number that said brunette. And he called me and he was just like, hey, is this tall blonde? I was like, yeah, who are you? And he described himself as tall brunette banjo player. And it was really funny. And I still haven't hung out with him, and I'm kind of scared too because I don't know anything about him. Like, complete stranger now has my number. Um, but we texted a little bit, and he wanted me to like come hang out, and he made fun of me because I was already in for the night at like 9 o'clock because I couldn't be like, hey dad, I'm gonna leave and go hang out with this kid I saw for 20 seconds. I couldn't, so I just didn't. And I used like an excuse for not having gas, which is true, but still, I just didn't want to like leave at 9 o'clock and go hang out with who knows who. Like, that sounded really sketchy. Um, but this isn't the point. The point is, if you know me, you know that I'm really shy, and I'm a dork, and I'm not good at being forward. And a friend of mine was telling me the other day how good it feels to just be forward and put yourself out there. And so I did, and it's probably not going to go anywhere because I have high standards, and he's probably going to find out that we're really different people because we are. I can just tell. But I got an attractive banjo playing guy who's 19, so like not that much older than me, to call me. Like, how pathetic is it that we use Call Me Maybe? I don't know. My life has been made. If nothing comes of this, I'll just remember this day forever. Like, last day of high school, first time using a song as a cheesy pickup line successfully. And the thing is, they were like playing Wagon Wheel, like probably a bunch of other folk songs that they had actually written themselves. And chances are they don't even know that song, and so they thought we were just really stupid. They just thought that we were writing these really cheesy words on a piece of paper, not making fun of a pop song. I'm surprised he called me in the first place. I must have seemed like the biggest dork in the whole world. Okay, I'm done. Whatever. I'm so sorry for this rant of weirdness, but I felt like you all needed to know.